Yo, hello. All right, so what we're doing here is we're watching and more AI demos, specifically AI that is automating communication. And the reason we want to watch Salesforce today is because it's huge. It has probably millions of jobs essentially that it supports, and a lot of those jobs are simply moving communication around, sending messages, responding to messages, and so on and so forth. And Salesforce facilitates a lot of that. And the reason we're talking about Salesforce too is because they're huge. You can see they're just big. It's not numbers, it's just they're big. They have huge clients as well, which employ a lot of people who use Salesforce all the time. And now they're gonna, automate a bunch of things. And yeah, so they're doing it pretty well. A lot of the videos are very, very huggy, lovey, trusty, some stock images of random stuff. But this lady brings in the demos. So we're gonna watch that. We're gonna watch the demos right here. Are you ready?
I want to introduce you to Naya, who's a longtime customer of Williams-Sonoma. She's been in their Key Rewards program for 6 years, so we have a lot of data about her across all of our brands. And in this marketing homepage, I have all of this data available to me. I have her customer lifetime score, I have her propensity to buy certain products, and her purchase history across all of our channels. All of this is powered by that rich information in Data Cloud. I even have this real-time engagement feed with all of the ways she's interacting with me across these various channels at Williams-Sonoma. But even for the data-driven marketers at Williams-Sonoma, while this is a dream, it can be a little overwhelming. We need a little help here to digest this data and to act on it. So that's why we have the Einstein Copilot as this new addition. And Einstein Copilot is our brand new conversational interface for Salesforce. And Einstein has been paying attention, and Einstein notices that this prospect, Naya, is actually in the wrong segment. It turns out that she's more of a B2B prospect now than a B2C prospect. We've followed her customer journey. So I'm gonna go ahead and update her segment and go to this campaign. Now, as a marketer, I wanna make sure that I'm building really personalized content for everyone inside of this segment. And Einstein is gonna help me do this too. Now, I want to build an email for these customers, and so Einstein's just going to help me get started with that first draft that I can iterate on. Remember, Einstein's my co-pilot, co-creating with me in this marketing experience. So we see a pretty good first draft here, but we want to add some images to make this a little bit more dynamic. And something that's really cool about Williams-Sonoma is that they've developed their own image generation algorithm. So they can actually bring that seamlessly onto the Einstein One platform and have Einstein surface for it here. Now, I want to add a little bit more here, maybe some special promotional items to make this really appealing to this segment. And there we go. Einstein has boosted my productivity as a marketer and helped me create this email campaign so easily. But what about for sales reps? Now, at Williams-Sonoma, the sales reps spend day in and day out in this seller home. And it has all of the information that they need to run their day, from pipeline information to all of those right metrics. And Einstein Copilot is here to help too. It looks like Einstein has noticed an important new B2B prospect that's been surfing our website. Now remember, this is information that would have previously been locked across various systems, our marketing website over here and our salespeople over here. But with the power of Data Cloud and Einstein working together on the platform, this insight is available to every sales rep. Now, I want to make sure I give this prospect a call. But remember, I told you that this prospect has been with us for 6 years. That's a lot of data. And so Einstein can help me summarize the contact information to get me really prepared for that call. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit here, and I'm going to give this prospect a call. And while the call is happening, Einstein is transcribing all of this information and can then summarize it for me and bring that into the contact record. Now, we know that sales reps spend so much time on the phone, taking notes and bringing those inside of Salesforce, but with the power of the Einstein Copilot, we can do this automatically. And Einstein takes it a step further and even gives me this helpful action plan that gives me key actions I can take with the customer. Now, don't be fooled by the simplicity of this screen. There's a lot of sophistication here. I'm surfacing rich PDFs from our design team. I'm surfacing rich context information. And all of this is done automatically with the Einstein Copilot. Now, I found out something pretty exciting on this call with Naya, and she's actually opening her first restaurant in her hometown. And we want to make sure that all the designers at Williams-Sonoma and all of the support reps can help her do this successfully. So let's hop on over to service and see how this is going. Now, the weeks go by, and it looks like Naya actually wants to make a change to her order. She wants to move up the delivery date by a couple of weeks. Now, this can be a little bit of a tricky query for any service rep, let alone a brand new one. But Einstein Copilot is here to help me solve this case. Now, the order you're seeing on the screen is actually coming from Williams-Sonoma's own product finder product that they've developed that manages all of their orders and brings that right into this conversational experience. That's Data Cloud bringing all of that data into this conversational experience. Now, it looks like the chairs that Naya wants actually aren't available and in stock for this particular new date. So we're going to go back and forth with her and work on a solution. So we send her a new chair that seems like it might be a good fit, and it looks like she's actually looking for a more eco-conscious option. So we're going to surface a new product recommendation. And an important thing to note here is that Einstein is both being proactive and reactive. I'm getting proactive product recommendations across the entire portfolio, depending on what Naya wants to see in the chat. And I'm getting reactive reply recommendations that I can easily use as a service rep. And the output is excellent customer experiences, excellent service, and that case is closed very quickly. Now we're going to fast forward a bit, and Naya gets a mobile notification on her phone telling her that her chairs have arrived right on time. A seamless experience, all with the Einstein One platform. Now, Williams-Sonoma is bringing together this entire connected experience in service of making Naya's experience one that is universal across all of their customers. So she has a successful opening, and all of their customers can leverage all of this innovation.
And everyone lived happily ever after. Okay, so we've seen nobody is safe. Sales, automated, transcribed, summarized, actions made. Service, automatically responded. Marketing emails automatically made. Bam, bam, bam. Einstein, let's go. Okay, let's pull up the next demo. All right, we back? Let's watch the next demo
of how this all works. So here we go. We're going to go right back to that service experience that we saw a few minutes ago. Now, Einstein has just finished this out. I've sent an email. Is there anything else I can help you with today? And in fact, there is something else I'd like Einstein to do. I want Einstein to just summarize this all for me. So thank you, Einstein. One more thing. Can you please summarize Naya's order status for me? Now, you see Einstein working here. That's because Einstein doesn't know how to do this yet. This is a really simple instruction for you and I as human beings because we know who Naya is. We've just had an interaction with her. We know what she's ordered because we're in this interaction here. Or maybe I know how to go to my order system as a human being to swivel chair over there. And I probably know how to go get some information about the shipping carrier and where her status is, where her order is right now. But Einstein doesn't. So let's fix that. So let's go into Einstein Copilot Studio. Now here we are in the all-new Einstein Copilot Studio. This is where we can build and extend the capability of Einstein. You see we have prompts, we have skills, which we'll get to in a moment, and we have models where you can connect all of those large language models from across your infrastructure. So we're going to get started in prompts. Everything always starts with a prompt. So let's create a brand new prompt here. We're going to go ahead and click Create Prompt, and I'm going to show you how easy this is. So we're going to try to create a prompt that's capable of summarizing an order. So we're going to give the prompt a name, summarize a customer's order status, and we're going to give it a description. Now, something really magical is happening with this description, which I don't think we've ever said before. These description fields are usually throwaway, right? We fill these out just so that we, as human beings, can come back and find them later on when we want to go back and edit. But that's the important part, because that's exactly how a large language model does it as well. That description is just the instruction. So when when Naya asks, or when I ask as a service rep, can I summarize an order for me, the large language model is just scanning through all of the prompts it has, and it's connecting that inquiry to this particular prompt, and it's doing that with just reasoning, the same way you and I would do it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click Create. And now we've created a brand new prompt. And you can see we've taken that description and just put it right in the prompt. That is the instruction that we're going to create for this prompt. So create a concise summary, et cetera, et cetera. And the more instruction we put here, likely the better response we're going to get. But also, the more data we put here, the better the response we're going to get. Now, you can see I'm putting a little data here. I'm saying the customer's name is contact.firstname. So that's coming right out of the CRM. It's just a simple way to connect data within your CRM. So let's go ahead and test this. So we can go down here to preview, and we can actually just pick a contact right out of our database to see what this would look like. So we're going to pick Naya. And what we get now is called a grounded prompt. This is not yet a generation. This is the prompt that we're going to send to the large language model. And now you can see we have the instruction, but we also have a little bit of additional context. Right there it says the customer's name is Naya. Now let's go ahead and generate a response. Let's send this off to our large language model and see what we get back. It's still not very good. We get a little bit of personalization. We can see that Naya's name is in there, but really, it's not good at all. Sorry, I don't have the capability to access tracking information. So Einstein doesn't have enough context. It doesn't have enough data. So how are we going to fix that? Well, this shouldn't shock you. We're going to use Data Cloud to fix that. So let's jump over to Einstein 1 Data Cloud and look at how easy it is to connect all of this context. So earlier, Sanjana showed us how we can harmonize all of our data across all of our different systems. So we have a harmonized individual model here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create something called a data graph. Now, a data graph is just a quick and easy way to get all of the data that we need into one place so that it can be consumable by other applications. Or in our case, Einstein and a prompt specifically. So we've added sales order data. That's going to be really important context for Einstein to be able to summarize that order, right? Now let's go ahead and click Preview. And this might scare some of you in the room, but not all of you. If you're a developer in the room, this is probably the best thing you've ever seen. This is just a JSON object. Now, a JSON object, now this looks like code. It's not really code. If you look at it closely, we're still clapping over here. If you look at it closely, this is just data. It's just structured data, right? It's not much different than looking at an Excel file full of data. That's really all of this is. And what this does is it makes it really easy to pick this data up and put it right in the prompt. So let's look at how easy it is to do that. Let's jump back over to Prompt Studio. We'll save it first. Jump back over to Prompt Studio. So right now, we've only got our contact.firstname. What if we wanted to add a little instruction there, use this data to generate your response? Well, what data? All of the data that we just created in Data Cloud. So we're going to search for that, and we're going to go down into Data Cloud because it's natively integrated with our platform here. And we're going to pick our data graph. Now, that really looks like a big, ugly statement, but don't worry about it. Let's reground our prompt here. And there's all of our data. And we don't have to put that data into another language because Einstein can just read JSON. It's perfectly capable of reading through all of that data, just like actually I am, and some of the people here in the room are, and understanding it. And we have Naya's information right in there in that data, her full information. We have all of her order details right there in that prompt. So now we should get a much, much better response from our prompt. Let's try again. Let's hit Generate. Much better. Good news, Naya's order number is 09268, including a Slope vegan leather dining chair. This is exactly the kind of summary, and it's able to do that because we've connected all of that data directly into that prompt via Data Cloud. Super easy. But I want to go one step further. You see, I've got a tracking number there. And what I'd really like to do is I'd like to give Naya some information on exactly where her package is at this moment in time. Now, you might think I'm going to show you Data Cloud again, but I'm not, because realistically, we're probably not going to go query our carrier for every customer order ever, every moment of the day to figure out where their package is. We're probably only going to do that in our time of need. Well, this is one of those times of need. So how are we going to give Einstein the ability to actually go do that? Well, we're going to do it with skills. So let's jump back over to Einstein Copilot Studio. And you can see Einstein Copilot down there on the bottom. Let's edit him. In other words, let's give Einstein something new that he doesn't know how to do right now. You see, we've got a few skills here already. We've got a knowledge article skill, a flows skill, location verification skill, et cetera. Let's add a new one. Now, Mark asked me to make this quick, so I've already got one here. So we've got our order management skill. Let's go ahead and click that. And we can see all of the different order management capabilities that we can give Einstein here. Now, I want to point out two things. Number one, again, is those descriptions. Those descriptions are really important. That's how that large language model goes and finds those skills and connects them to the task that our user is asking. But the second thing I want to point out is that what these are just workflows. These are API calls. And the way we're enabling them is with the tools that the Trailblazers in this room already know how to use. It's Flow, it's Apex, it's Prompt Builder. These are just the things that you already know how to use. So you don't have to go write something new, learn some new technology in order to give Einstein capability. You can use the tools that have been in the platform the whole time. OK, great. Let's go ahead and add that skill to Einstein. And now let's go back to our service experience and see if Einstein has finished working. So he's still thinking, and let's see if he comes up with an answer here. Boom. Good news. Naya's order is scheduled for delivery and should arrive today. Here is the tracking number. So that is everything that we need. We've given it all of the context, we've given it the skill, and we've used our large language model to reason across these instructions that are coming from this service agent without ever having to write a single line of code or a single decision tree. This really is the power of Einstein Copilot Studio. Now, I could not be more excited about this opportunity for all of you, especially I think we have a whole bunch of Trailblazers in the room right over here. This is a massive opportunity for all of you.
Okay, enough. Yeah, so now you've seen a little bit of how the setup works as well. Let's see if there's anything else. Well, now we got some more. Again, the demo lady. This is an event from 6 months ago maybe, but there's some nice demos as well. So let's give it a go.
Every personalized recommendation they bring to their customers. And they're thinking about launching this new Heretic bike, which they know will be a hit for their customers. So it all starts within Commerce GPT. Now, this helpful guidance center here within Next Best Action is going to help me with that checklist of what I need to launch a new product in market. And it looks like we're actually missing a few things here. We're missing some product descriptions. And just like I said in the previous demo, creating these descriptions or creating a marketing email, a sales email, this takes a lot of time. And it's no different here. But Einstein GPT is here to help by automatically generating product descriptions that are not just descriptive of the product, but that are actually in the brand voice and tone that Rossignol wants to bring to their end customer. Now there's a catch here. Rossignol is also a global company. So it's not enough to have these product descriptions generated. They also need to be localized for the languages that are most relevant to their customer base. In this case, we want to start with Spanish. So we can translate all of these descriptions with Einstein GPT in the click of a button. Now, normally, this would take a lot of time, creating the descriptions, getting them to the local teams, getting them translated, and then taking it that extra mile of inserting the voice and tone of that language into the description. It sounds painful because it is. But within a few clicks, Einstein GPT can help them bring this bike to market with this commerce experience. Now, once this bike is launched and it's out there, it's flying off the shelf. People are so into this new bike, and all of our brand managers globally want to make sure that they have the right understanding of how their KPIs are being affected by all of these net new sales. Now, these powerful visualizations you see here would normally take a lot of data analysts, a lot of work behind the scenes to create every time you wanted to refactor some of the elements of the dashboard. But with the new Tableau Pulse, this is available for business users to keep track of their business as it happens. It's keeping up with the speed of how things change, all in a trusted manner. And even if this dashboard isn't enough, that business user doesn't need to go back to the data analyst for changes. Einstein GPT has your back here as well. You can actually just ask a question in natural language here, and Einstein GPT will generate this additive visualization here with a description answering your question. So you can get on with your day. No need to meet with those data analysts to generate this and wait a long time for those insights. Now, another element that Rossignol cares deeply about is the way that they service their end customer. And there are two key reasons here. One, They want to make sure that their service time, their case resolution time, is extremely short for every case. And two, they want to make sure they have happier customers. So this is where Einstein GPT within service is so important. As this company question is coming in through the service terminal, Einstein is providing these helpful recommendations for me as I go along as a service rep. Now, the service manager is always in the driver's seat. They can accept, edit, or decline those recommendations. There's always a human in the loop. But just the sheer fact that these recommendations are in my place of work as a service manager is a huge time saver. It's keeping me from chair swiveling between different knowledge articles, searching through my whole knowledge base for that perfect answer for the customer.
Okay, we get it. We get it. All right, cool. So this is all you need to know about Salesforce AI. Basically, it's going to be infused in every part of Salesforce, and Salesforce is already infused in any part of enterprise companies and communications. And this is essentially how it's looking for some of the bigger companies already. It's coming soon to your job. Stay tuned.